Hello children, welcome to English class. In my previous class, we have started one lesson, Ishwaran, the storyteller. Today I am going to continue the lesson till I have completed that Ishwaran used to cook food for the narrator and rest of the time he used to spend it leisurely. And he used to take bath, listen, read storybooks, listen to the music or watch TV, or that time was his leisure time. Today I'll continue from there. His own descriptions were greatly influenced by Tamil authors when he was narrating even the smallest of the incidents. He would try to work in suspense and in surprise ending into the account. For example, instead of saying that he had come across an uprooted tree on the highway, he would say, with eyebrows suitably arched and hands held out in the dramatic gesture, the road was deserted and I was all alone. Suddenly, I spotted something that looked like an enormous, busty beast lying sprawled across the road. I was half inclined and to turn, go back. But as I came closer, I saw that it was a fallen tree with its dry branches spread out. Mahendra would stretch himself back in his canvas chair and listen to Ishwaran's tales uncritically. Means Ishwaran was a person who used to give special effects to his stories by giving different expressions, by giving different ideas. Okay, and there that was the attitude of his telling the story that always makes it very interesting. And Mahendra used to sit like he's sitting calmly. Suddenly he grows up. Then what happened? Then what happened? And then he came to know it was just a dry tree. Oh, thank God. He used to get relaxed once again. The place I come from is famous for timber. Timber you know pretty well. It's a plant. Timber is a wood rather. Ishwaran would begin, there is a richly wooded forest all around. The logs are hauled to the lorries by elephant. They are huge, well-fed beasts. When they turn wild, even the most experienced and Mahout is not able to control them. After this prologue, Ishwaran would launch into an elaborate anecdote involving an elephant. Now, anecdote is a figure of speech that I'll spend another video on figure of speech. Right now, I'll not discuss anything regarding that. So, you just get yourself known that anecdote is a figure of speech which Ishwaran used for explaining or for illustrating an elephant. One day, a tusker, elephant, a synonym of elephant is tusker, escaped from the timber yard and began to roam about. So an elephant, he was escaped. He got released from the timber yard and he was roaming here and there, stamping on bushes, tearing up wild creepers and breaking branches at will. You know, sir, how an elephant behaves when it goes mad. Ishwaran would get so caught up in the excitement of his own story that he would get up from the floor and jump about, stamping his feet in emulation of the mad elephant. To show the effect of the elephant, Ishwaran used to jump from one place to another, jumping on the chair, jumping on the bed, then again jumping back to the ground, to show the effect that how a mad elephant does. Okay. The elephant reached the outskirts of our town. Outskirts, the ending line of the town, breaking the fences down like matchsticks. Deshlai katir moton, je kathigulo, the borders, the boundaries of bamboo, that he was breaking out continuously. Because it was just a matchstick for him. He was not counting it as a bamboo. He was not counting it as a fence. Rather, he was counting it as a matchstick. And so he was breaking everything. He would continue Then again Ishwaran continued, it came into the main road and smashed all the stalls selling fruits, mud pots, cloths and everything. People ran helter-skelter in panic. The elephant now entered a school ground where children were playing, breaking through the brick wall. So now he is explaining that the elephant is entering the school wall. He is breaking the bricks, the walls. People were moving helter and skelter here and there. Okay, they were running like what to do and where to make themselves safe. All the boys ran into the classroom and shut the door tight. The beast grunted and wandered about. He was roaming, pulling out the football goalpost, tearing down the volleyball net, kicking and flattening the drum kept for water, uprooting the shrubs. Meanwhile, all the teachers had climbed up to the terrace of the school building. From there, they helplessly watched the depredations of the elephant. There was not a soul below on the ground. The streets were empty as if the inhabitants of the entire town had suddenly disappeared. And there were not a single person who was able to stand in front of the elephant. Rather, they were standing on the terrace, chat, and from there they were visualizing the depredations, the the roughness, the hindrances which the elephant was creating, and they were helpless. I was studying in the junior class at that time and was watching the whole drama from the rooftop. I don't know what came over me suddenly. I grabbed a cane of the hand of one of the teachers and ran down the stairs and into the open. The elephant grunted and menacingly swung a branch of tree which it held its trunk. He was holding a tree in his trunk and he swung it in the air. It stamped its feet, kicking up a lot of mud and dust, and it fell down in front of his leg, and huge amount of dust and mud came up. It looked frightening, but I moved slowly towards it. He was looking like he's coming to grab me, and I was moving slowly. 1, 2, 3, and I was going towards the elephant. People were watching the scene, hypnotized. They were speechless. What is going on? How this boy is going close to the elephant? From nearby housetops, the elephant looked at me red-eyed, ready to rush towards me. It lifted its trunk, trumpeted loudly. He roared loudly. He lifted up his trunk. At that moment, I moved forward. I went forward and musteringly all my force whacked its third toenail on the quick. The beast looked stunned for a moment. Then it shivered from head to foot and collapsed. And he was collapsed. Fell down. Do you think really the elephant fell down? I don't think so. Let's see what happens next, but in the next class. Okay, read this part and try to grab the meaning and feel the fantasy of the story. Thank you.